everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Watch Me Work, what's new? And you guys just give me a round of applause for myself for getting these videos out to y'all. And do you like the frequency of these videos? Are they too close together? Let me know down below. Anyways, let's get to what's going on today. So we have a double ombre, meaning we have two colors blended together into another color. Maybe that's a triple ombre. Maybe a triple ombre. So this is our previous set. It was some encapsulated dried flowers. Pretty simple. I just want to show y'all, where we came from so we can see where we're going today, because we have to file all that off. So this is that same set after 3 weeks, I believe. Maybe it was 4, but I believe it was 3. So she still has all her crystals. Everything's still going good. So I'm going to start off by filing these flowers out of the nail, off the nail, and filing the acrylic very, very thin. The reason this needs to be done is because I'm doing the ombre, the triple or double ombre, whatever, in all acrylic. Now, if we build the nail over what's already here, you're going to have nails as thick as freaking the yellow pages. So you don't want that. And even if I was polishing over this design, then that would be a different story. If I had a polish that was opaque enough to cover the flowers. But yeah, even if I was doing like a light pink or a white or a sheer, I would still at least file the flowers out so those didn't show through. But not only am I filing the flowers, I'm taking the acrylic down very, very, very low, almost to her natural nail, but not quite. That way we can rebuild the nail, because we're going to have 3 different acrylics. I keep on forgetting. 3 different acrylics, and we have to encapsulate, and we have to have space for blending and layering. Y'all get it. You'll see. So I'm using the Poochie's nails. I believe it's the extra coarse bit. So that information and a lot of the details that are in the video, a lot of the products I show in the video will be in the description bar. Always check the description bar for any information you're looking for. Chances are it may be there, or the information will be in the video. I feel like I'm very diligent in showing like all the names of the products, the polishes, the acrylic, and things like that. But if not, again, look below the type of e-file I use and everything like that, different links. And if I don't have a link to something that I show in the video, I said it before, Google is your best friend, because Google is your best friend. That's how I get all my good info. I wish I get paid from Google. So next I'm going to go in with my skiver bit from Atwood Industries. You always want to hold this bit as flush or parallel to the natural nail as possible. You don't want to hold it at a high angle or something like perpendicular to the natural nail, because that point that you see can cause a ring of fire or a deep indentation in the nail, and we don't want to cause any damage to our client's nails, of course. This is sped up so it looks much more aggressive than what it really is. Now, what we're removing is the cuticle, and that's the dead skin that grows on the nail plate. If you leave this on the nail plate, oils can travel down from the live skin to the cuticle and cause lifting. And as that skin grows under there anyways, it can, push the enhancement off the nail. So we want to get rid of this skin, like in totality, like as much as we can. So you want to make sure you get nice and tight into those side walls, back up near the eponychium. The eponychium is the actual live skin. What most consider the cuticle, it's a habit. It's technically the eponychium. So we want to get nice and tight all the way around, and the nail folds, the side walls. So next we're going in with the round bit from Atwood Industries. If you're going to touch the nail plate with this bit, you want to make sure it's very light, because it is round. It can cause indentation. This bit is used to buff away the dead skin around the cuticle area. Like I said, technically the eponychium. We want to get that dead skin off, or any type of calluses that'll grow on the sides of the nail. So next I'm going in with my hand file and I'm etching the nail and adding a little more texture so we can get better adhesion. She had a very, very tiny amount of lifting, nothing that caused the enhancement to actually lift up or it was too crazy. She probably didn't even realize, but you know, as a professional, I realized. So I would just want to take the next step to help prevent that in the future. So just adding texture, again, it's sped up. It's not real aggressive, just a little light etching. So I cleanse the nails with alcohol in a manicure brush. And I'm showing the products I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using the color powders from Valentino Beauty Pure. And then I'm going to be using this clear from Tammy Taylor. And then also I'm going to be using this color. It's called Prettiest Pink. And it's from Valentino. And this is going to be our nail bed color or our cover color. And then I'm going to be using the Valentino dehydrator. You can use OPI Bondate or whatever you have. I don't have no type of dehydrators, whatever. And YoungNails Protein Bond. And that's our primer. And then Tammy Taylor's Extra Adhesion Monomer. It has primer actually in the monomer. So this is our, this is the first hand I did just to show you. I just did the color blend and then I'm moving on to the next hand. The reason I do this is because you can see my monomer is kind of pinky. I don't want to get like pink or orange in my nail bed color, our nude color or whatever you want to call it. So I like to work with my pigmented colors, my pinks, my orange, my blues, my greens. I want to get those out the way first. So then after I'm done with that, I can go ahead and pour out my monomer, get a fresh new batch, and work with my nudes or cover pinks or my more neutral colors. So I applied 2 coats of dehydrator, and I'm going 2 coats of protein bond. You want to apply your first coat, wait for it to dry 10 to 15 seconds, apply your second coat, and let that dry 10 to 15 seconds before applying product over it. At first, I'm not going to be applying product over it because I'm working on the free edge of the nail, getting that blend. So I'll show just a few fingers how I do this technique. I'm pretty sure it's something that's better to be seen than me like verbally try to tell you how to do it. But I'll try. But you want to get your bead and apply it at the free edge. And I like to do a backstroke. You can see I apply it and then I brush up towards the nail, and that gives us a nice fade. And this technique could be used just if you're doing a regular ombre with just one color, like just orange to the nude. You could bring it up higher, or you can just leave it on the tip. It just depends how much pink you want versus the color, or if you're doing pink and white. So next I'm going in with the pink color, and I'm doing that same backstroke up the nail, and then I'm fading down with it because we want that orange and that pink to blend, but we want to get that pink sheared out in preparation for our cover color. So I'm using these beads wetter so that they'll blend easier. And the reason I'm doing one step at a time and not doing a whole nail is because if you keep on working with wet acrylic and then wet acrylic and then wet acrylic, you'll move stuff. So I want this to be able to set like this before I go in even more. So you can see I'm going back with the pink to blend it even further, but I wanted it to get dry just a little bit. Because if I would have kept on working with that pink and that orange, that pink and that orange, eventually it'll just be a mess. So that may help people who try to get an ombre, like what's going on? I just keep on working it, it's not blending. Let it dry some and then go back. So you can see I'm applying another bead of pink, and it's thin, and I'm brushing it down, and it's giving me a more blended look. And I examine my blends and see how they are, and I decide I need a little more orange just to blend back up, and this is a really, really wet bead. Very, very wet, because it becomes more translucent and transparent. So I can see that pink through that very, very wet orange bead, and it just gives us a very good blend. Now, all these beads are small and we're working thin. We're not trying to build up the nail with this. We're trying to get our artwork right, and our artwork is our ombre. So that's all I'm worried about. I don't want this thick. I just want to get it looking right because we can build up the nail with our clear. So as long as this is looking right, we'll build up what we need to build up with our clear. Now, I decided I wanted to go in and add a little more protein bond just because the amount of time it took. Absolutely fine. After I applied this coat, I still again waited 10 to 15 seconds before applying my cover color. So I'm going in with this color towards the cuticle area, and I'm going to be blending it down. And you can see how I do that. And then I'm going to take another bead, because you can see on the left side of the nail, it's not even. So I'm going to go take another little bead on that left side and blend it down because we want a very even look. Y'all know I'm so particular and I noticed that. So I just want to show you the type of things that I look for when attempting to kind of perfect nails. They're not perfect, but we try to perfect them. So I'm doing the same thing. I apply one bead and now I'm applying a second bead because I didn't feel like I got enough coverage and that I didn't bring that cover color down far enough. So I just wanted to add a little more. And again, I'm just using the very, very tip of my brush to make sure it's blended very, very well. So on that left side, again, it's not, it's a little higher up. That pink is coming up higher towards the cuticle area. So I wanted to add another little bead just to make that even across. And on this nail, I felt like I lost a little bit of my pink. So I took a very, very wet bead and just blended it up and then back down. Like I said, I feel like I lost a little bit of the pigmentation of it. And on this one, I felt like the pink wasn't blended real well with the orange on one side of the nail and down lower. So I'm just, again, it's very, very wet beads to get that blend going, because when like I said, when the colors are very wet, they're very sheer. So you're able to see one color through it. So just a little tip, when they're wet, they're more sheer, and that'll help with your blending. So now I am capping the nails. I am mostly focused on my blends. When I do ombres, that's what I'm looking to cap. Now, we have a double blend, so I want to make sure it's encapsulated towards where the free edge starts, but then on the actual tip where the orange and the pink blend together. So I want to make sure that's all protected, because all that hard work, all adding them little tiny beads, that will all go away, because you have to imagine how thin that layer of acrylic is. That those last little beads I add, that's half of a piece of a millimeter percentage, 0.01% of a millimeter thick. So all it's going to take is one little brush of the file to just remove that little tiny piece of acrylic that mattered in getting my blend. You'll lose all that if you don't encapsulate it. You want to protect what you put down. So if you don't know, now you know. That's how we keep them all looking good, because I feel like a lot of people do know, but I do get a lot of questions. Oh, how do you not file off your design? That's how you want to put it in clear. And I'm just trying to get the structure of my nail. I'm trying to make sure it's encapsulated. But like I said, if I need to add any thickness just for structure's sake for my apex or anything, I'm doing that with the clear and not the color. So because your clear has your strength, your color has a lot of pigment, your color's not as strong as your clear. So build the nail up with your clear and then protect what you need to protect. So I shaped the nails off camera. I am sorry for that. I give an excuse every single time, and the excuse is the same. It's absolutely hard to record. You'll just have to watch all my videos, all my Watch Me Works, because I sprinkle it in every now and then. So you'll just have to watch them all. So I'm going in with the Poochie's fine smooth top bit. All my bits are safety bits. I don't like to play around with nobody's blood, so they're all safety bits. And I had a disagreement with a nail tech in a Facebook group one time, because she said people are inexperienced who use safety bits, and I'm just like, no, that's not the case, because you don't know how many times a client will sit there and laugh or cough or sneeze or get the chills or something, think a bug crawling on them, I don't know. And they'll jerk or they'll have a conversation and be laughing. Whatever it is, once you're nice and tight like this to the cuticle area and she sneezes and this was in a safety bit, I'm cutting her. Not on purpose, not because I'm inexperienced, just because who can help that the clients, they don't realize the millimeters that you're working away from their live skin. So I'm safety bits all the way around. But this bit is the crosscut bit, and you can see how that gets that cuticle area nice and flush. I'm getting nice and tight around there. And this bit is buffing while giving me that flush look. So this is a 2-in-1. I don't use a hand buffer. Because of this bit, it smooths out any inconsistencies that previous bit left behind. And you can just see that texture it leaves. And now this nail is ready for polish, top coat, whatever it is. So we're getting into our stonework, and I'm using YoungNails Protein Bond. And this is actually nailed by John Herpes Gel. Yes, it's a funny name, and I'm sure the link will be below. And it's a really good glue gel. If you're looking for one, I've been trying others lately, but this is specifically what I used in this video if you want to know. And just keep in mind the cure time is pretty lengthy for this gel. It's like, I think he says 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm constantly switching her hands back and forth. I don't show that in the clips, but just so you know. I'm using a gel brush because I'm applying this glue gel over her entire nail because I'm going to be doing a cascading look. And I didn't want to apply just a whole bunch of individual piles of gel to feather out. I just went in and applied it over the entirety of the nail. And I'm using, I didn't even show it, Swarovski Crystal AB, probably the most common kind or color of Swarovski crystal. And I'm using sizes 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, and 16. So it's just, you want a lot of different sizes, especially in your basic colors. Crystal AB, which is this color, and Crystal Clear, which is just like clear like a diamond look. You want to get a lot of those colors, and it'll help your designs look more intricate, and you can mix those with other like pigmented colors. And you can mix this with an orange or a pink, or depending on your look, a blue and Crystal AB. So that's just a little tip when you're purchasing. I would invest in those colors, like your basics, your rose gold, Crystal AB, clear, and gold, just to start off with if you're a new tech. Now, you can see I apply this glue gel and I feathered it down. You always want to feather before you cure, or you'll have like this line or glob of glue, and you'll be able to see exactly where it is. It's not a good look. I don't like it. I see people who do it often, and I'm just like, just blend it out before you cure it, and it'll just go away and we won't see it. It just gives a better look. So you can see I'm applying my little blob of glue gel, and you want to make sure you always apply it a little bit thicker so you can get the edges of your crystal like set in, and that glue can grab the very, very edge. But you can see I'm going in with my gel brush and feathering that out so there's no more line before I cure it. Before you cure, you guys, do that. If you want to link to a good gel brush, Alpha Brushes sells very fair price brushes. I like their gel brushes very much, and you can check the link below. And that's not the brush that I'm using in this video, I don't think, but it's basically just the same. You can get a size 4 or 6. It's good to have around, even if you're not a gel tech, just for these type of uses. And I'm not using a crystal katana. It's a knockoff, I know. But you can use a wax stick or actual crystal katana. I have like 2 of them. So again, I'm feathering that gel out before I cure. And then I cure them all. And then I'm going in with the Joy of Mia top coat. That's the top coat for the evening. That's the special. I really like this top coat. It stays very, very shiny. It's durable. It's just a generally good top coat. If you can get it easily, I would recommend. It's in the nail supply stores where I'm at. So if I run out of top coat, I could just run and go get it. So I like having things I can get easily. and them actually working well. So I'm taking just a little brush. This is Wildflowers. I believe it's the magenta brush. And I'm going in between the stones, never on the stones. In between the stones, never on the stones. I don't care if it comes off in a few days. Don't get it on the stones. It doesn't look good for pictures right now. And also it can cause peeling of your seal because you're sealing around the crystals as another protection, and also you're sealing around your crystals to prevent hair and stuff being able to slide up under there. If you get it on the entirety of the crystal and it peels off, it can peel all the way down like a runner, and you can remove that whole seal, and it will actually begin to peel your top coat. It can, doesn't mean it will, but we don't want those possibilities happening. We want nails that last for a long time. Never on your crystals, okay? If you get a little high up on one side, that's fine. Don't go over the stones, okay? Promise me. Promise me below, okay? So that's it. I cure, and then we're done. We're putting oil on the cuticle area, and we're getting good videos, and that's it. We're done. Now, if you like this look, leave it down below. If you recreate it, tag me. Recreate it with other colors, tag me. And yeah, you guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. And I have a little bit of information, something I think that's helpful for my new nail techs or even current nail techs. All right, you guys. If you're interested in how I tally up my prices, I have a pricing guide that I use, that I created, and I've printed it out, laminated it, and bound it. I actually do sell everything that's in this booklet. It's for $35. All you have to do is email me at this address right here. In the subject line, put pricing guide, and I'll give you instructions on how to get these soft copies of this guide. That means you're only going to be getting the documents in Excel and Microsoft Word. You can edit them how you feel. You can add beautiful colors, everything like that. It does not come with this cover sheet. You can make your own little cover sheet if you want to make it a booklet. You don't have to, or you can print these pages out big and hang them on your wall. It has things such as appointment reminders, information about, cancellation policies, tardiness, food, and everything like that. Feel free to type whatever you want to, or use this as a guideline, change the amounts, the time, whatever you want to edit and change. You can change the fonts, add some cute little pictures, a border, whatever you want to do, and however you want to display it. Or if you just want to have this just to email to clients when you obtain them, you can definitely do that. I also have information about client courtesy, about them running their fingers through their hair and things like that. Print this out on a big old poster board at your Kinko's, FedEx, whatever, and put it on your wall. But here's the good stuff that you've been waiting for. This is the pricing. So I have everything on enhancements. Again, if you want this, you are free to edit all these items, delete these lines out, change this price to whatever you want to change it to. Of course, take this out, put your business name, whatever. So this has all my different pricing. Again, put your own pricing, or if you want to use this pricing as a guideline, absolutely you can. I'm not saying you need to charge this much. You could charge more, charge less. That's a whole nother conversation. So it just has, natural nail services, removal service, Swarovski design. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you can change these sections however you want to change them. And then I have just regular design add-ons, artwork, and everything like that. And then lastly, I have a page on keys to longer lasting nails. This is just tips and stuff to help you and your clients, better understand how to make their nails last longer. Because if you haven't noticed, I like for my nails to last long and my clients' nails to last long as well. So again, however you want to do this, you can. To get this booklet, again, please email me at tabythascott.nails@gmail.com. Again, it's $35 to receive all 4 of these documents. And again, if you want to print it out like I have it, I got it at like Office Depot. you tell them to laminate all the pages and then bind them. Mine actually broke a little bit, but it's okay. And yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And let's talk below if you have any questions that you can't Google or not in the description bar. Let me know. Bye.